Welcome to the LANCave where we're living as nerds. I'm Patrick, joined by Owen.
Stuffing.
Yeah,
Mashed
ate it.
potatoes.
We ate all those things. We had Thanksgiving. It was great.
Dark meat.
Dark meat. You like the dark meat? You're a fan of the dark meat?
Yeah. Are you telling me that you like... I don't know anybody that I know people who eat it for health reasons and stuff, but I don't know many people that actively enjoy white meat.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's something that I seek out. White meat turkey is not something that I actively seek out or anything.
Sure.
But I eat it. Because if you get some good gravy, then as Charlie Brown likes to say,
you can add condiments to anything. That's essentially what it is. You need something to make it. I'm going to say a lot of people's least favorite words in moist. You need something to bring out the dryness. And I know that if the white meat is dry, it's the cook's fault. It's not anybody else's fault. I know that people are generally it's dry and everything. I'm here to tell you this, people, that if you don't like your turkey because it's dry, it's one of your favorite relatives' fault, and you just don't have the heart to tell them. It's not the turkey's fault that it was cooked poorly. It's your family member's fault, and that's okay. It's okay. Now, whenever you only cook something once a year, can you really expect to be an artisan at it?
No,
I don't think so.
I do cook turkey a couple times a year. I will say that. This year was the first year that I didn't make it, but my in-laws came in town, and my mother-in-law made homemade cranberry sauce. Not the gelatinous, not the canned slices, but some homemade cranberry sauce. It was really good. Really, really good.
That's never going to happen, though.
It's never going to happen?
Not in this house. Not when you can... You know how annoying cranberries are, dude? Have you ever actually tried to mess with cranberries? It's one of the most annoying fruits there is. It's not just to deal with it, to make it right and everything. They're just annoying. It's not quite on the level of, say, a pomegranate.
Yeah.
Because if you try and mess with a pomegranate, I don't know if you know this, but with a pomegranate, you got to take the fruit, and to mess with pomegranate, you actually got to submerge it underwater so that it breaks off right.
Really?
It's a frustrating fruit, and so it's not quite at that level, but no, you just take a little can opener.
I guess that's one way to do it. I'm getting let me fix something real quick here. I think I have some double audio, but I think I'm about to fix it, and boom. Okay, that should fix it. Our recording should be good though, so we're good.
Sure.
Check that. Yeah. Cool. But it was pretty good Thanksgiving for me. You had Friendsgiving.
How much did you spend?
Oh,
how much did you spend? Not on Thanksgiving, on sales. So yes, it was spending money on Thanksgiving is a whole other animal. But how much did you spend on video game sales? So that since we are a video game podcast, apparently.
I spent under $100.
There you go.
I spent under 100, which I was I totally came out on top on this. I did grab some of those deals before Black Friday because a lot of the companies were doing deals all before it, so I didn't actually buy it on Black Friday. I spent $93 or something like that for 3 games, and I did buy the wife a new monitor. So that was our big splurge this Cyber Monday. I got her an ultra wide monitor, so she's enjoying that.
I'm counting everything. So I didn't do any of my actual purchasing on Black Friday per se.
Okay.
But since I've been playing so much Halo, Microsoft was having a sale, $40 off the Elite controller, the Elite Series 2 controller. So that was, I think, $139. And then because I did that, I was trying to avoid buying too many games, but I did finally go do a buy 2 get 1 off of GameStop, which I'm still waiting to get in the mail, and we'll see if I get Patrick's luck of GameStop, or if I get my normal luck of GameStop, where I get the cases with the games we're gonna find out. But I bought 3 games exactly, got one of them free, spent $60 plus I think a little bit of tax on there, so about 200 that we spent with that controller. That controller is sick though.
It looks I mean, especially if you're playing that Halo,
it's a little hefty, but the reason that it's hefty is that it's got like a 40-hour battery in it. So I charged it the first night I got it. I have played 4 or 5 days of Halo with it for probably, I don't know, 2 to 4 hour sessions.
Yeah.
And not even halfway dead on the battery yet. So
nice. I'm double checking our video. Sorry, we switched up some things. Are you seeing the video feed okay, or are you monitoring it?
I mean, I'm looking at the restream and the fact that it says that the bit rate is high. And then
I mean, if it's pretty up there, let me just double check. Okay, I think we should be good. Sorry, we switched a couple of bits of software here this week. We were out last week because it was Thanksgiving, as we're alluding to. You've been playing some Halo though. That's what you've been up to, right?
I've been playing a lot of Halo. I looked at my game time, sent that over to you and Robert. I am already over 24 hours of game time in Halo Infinite multiplayer beta. I think I'm like rank 15 on the battle pass, which they've been slowly speeding up over time. It was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I think you playing that Halo justifies your purchase of the controller.
Yeah, I'm 25 hours deep, I think, into Halo. And this is just the season 1 multiplayer. We're a week or so. I think December 8th. So we're 7 days away from some Halo campaign, which I'm now even more psyched for after playing this game. I do wish I could kind of play with people, although it would be at the biggest snail's pace of all time, because it would be like, hey, you got like 90 minutes that I can play this campaign with you today. But that's okay. I'll play it by myself. It's fine, because the thing that has made it even better, I'd say probably the first 3 or 4 days I was playing completely by myself, and that was fine. But in this beta, 343 disables your microphone by default, and so nobody had their mics on during matchmaking, and so it's a team-based game that requires some comms, and nobody had their mics on. So I'm like going through ranked. I've already joined ranked, by the way. I went through, I think you start at like silver and then gold, and then I'm now plat 2 out of, I don't remember what comes after platinum. I think there's like 1 or 2 more like levels, but without any comms whatsoever. But luckily I'm in a Discord with some people who have been having a good time, and we joined up the past few sessions, and it makes the game, it's night and day. Like, the game was already really freaking fun, and then you start playing with some people, and you're communicating. You're like, all right, I'm going to A. All right, I'm going to B. I'll do 2 dudes on B, two on C. Like, it just completely changes it up, makes it so much more fun. I was playing with, there was a couple, by the way, you were worried about couch co-op. There was a couple, they were playing Halo Infinite split screen online, dude.
Okay.
Online on their Xbox. So I think that I don't think they've confirmed it yet, but if you can play online multiplayer in split screen, I think that you should probably be able to do the campaign. Again, I haven't been able to confirm that yet, but I wanted to let you know that just for some good news, and that was really wholesome. It was a husband and wife who had like a 9-year-old like 9-month-old baby that was like playing on their lap and stuff. So we were playing Big Team Battle because the kid was distracting them and pulling their headphone out. But Big Team Battle's like 12 on 12, so it's like okay.
If one person's slacking, it doesn't. I probably need to jump in on that, because I'm not very good, and when I'm playing squad, it's like the 4v4. Me not doing so great hurts the entire team.
I'll have to let you know when the mode starts again, because they did an event this last week for some cool armor that I got, obviously, because I've spent a lot of time playing. But it's called Fiesta. Have you heard of this mode?
No.
So in Fiesta mode, it's only Slayer matches, so it's only team deathmatch, but you spawn with completely random weapons. Every single player spawns with completely random weapons, and it is a little chaotic, and it does get a little annoying whenever everybody starts getting swords, but it gives you a chance to play with every gun see which guns you like, see which guns
That's
you
cool.
don't
Yeah,
like
forces it.
see
Yeah,
how they all like kind of interact, and it's just it's a good time. But honestly, with big team battle, I suck at it. I suck at big teams. There's too many people on the map. Like it's not. I'm used to like one-on-one fights. And
yeah.
if you like think you're gonna engage on a one-on-one fight, you go in and then all of a sudden you're getting blasted by like 5 people. It's not it's not my cup of tea versus the 4v4.
Yeah.
But you just got to get good, dude. You're a Souls player.
I know.
Get good.
It's all about getting good. I completely get it. I'm gonna be putting in some more hours on that. I'm definitely gonna be playing the campaign. I've really liked the Halo campaigns, or I should say, I liked them up until what ODST. Um, and if it's got split screen, I'm gonna be playing it with the wife. We played almost all of these. We played all the Gears of War games, and the split screen not being in the game would have really irritated me because it wasn't in. Was it Halo? Can't remember which one it was. It was omitted from
One of them, they took it out. They were talking
Yeah.
about that last night, the husband and wife team, because they
Yeah.
had played every other one split screen together, and they were
That's
talking. I don't know which one it is. It's probably 5, I think, but I can't.
yeah. I think it's Halo 5. I didn't play it because of that. Because I played all the other games with the wife, and I was like, I couldn't. I guess I could play it by myself, but
I get.
it was, I guess. So Halo's also, they're also throwing in some goodies if you got that Game Pass though. So exclusive rewards, so different coding for guns. We were talking about this, like what are we gonna see in regards to skins and stuff. So I mean,
Honestly, this was the like a big question mark for me. The fact that this wasn't their day and date, like,
Yeah.
and I know that it's still technically in a beta. What they did was what we're in right now is the first two weeks of beta, whereas this does launch on like official launch day to get that. But to me, this is a sign of bigger things to come in terms of Game Pass. Like, Microsoft has a lot of studios and a lot of IP and a lot of games and a lot of stuff that's going to involve different levels of multiplayer. Like, Forza's going on right now. We'll see like what kind of multiplayer is involved with future like Bethesda properties and so on and so forth. But like I foresee this now being a thing. Like, you have Game Pass, here's a couple free things, and I bet they do this in Halo. I bet it's every few months, maybe every battle pass or something. If you're an Ultimate subscriber, you get a couple more skins. It's nothing huge, but to be honest with you, the gun skins are so unattainable. They're so far down the line in the battle pass. Like, everybody's gonna immediately switch to this skin.
Yeah.
Even though it is a free-to-play game, there is lots of people playing it through like Steam. I think there was a good 200,000 or 300,000 players at one point on Steam, and so those kind of people, they might be missing out and stuff. But I think that this is only the beginning of the future of Game Pass, like perks, where it's like, here's a skin that nobody else can get. You can't buy it. You got to be an Ultimate subscriber.
Yeah, and you have to be an Ultimate subscriber during that month. Similar, World of Warcraft and some other games have done that, where it's like, you had to do it. Sorry, you missed out because you weren't playing during that like 3-month period or whatever. There's a chance that we're going to see that on here. I think it's kind of cool, and I also think like, as long as there's some type of equivalent, like, not saying you can get the exact same thing, but it's one thing that like is irritating if, like, I don't know, if this, I like exclusivity, but I also like variety, right? So like, give me some flavor here, but if this is the only thing that's released, you're right, everyone's gonna switch to that to switch to something.
They'll sub for a month or something like that to get that that thing. I can, people. It's $15, by the way, for Ultimate. It's not a Game Pass reward. It's an Ultimate reward.
Yeah,
I could see people being like, I'll do $15 to get a skin, depending on what comes up. But they better do something like every Battle Pass or something like that. I can't see them doing. Their Battle Pass is terrible.
Yeah,
but everything about that Battle Pass, like,
that's what I've heard.
They finally have gotten some progression going, but the armor in it sucks. Like, if you ever compare the armor that you get in the Battle Pass that I paid $10 versus the armor that you get in the store, by dropping actual money.
Yeah.
Just look at the paint jobs, really. Like, it's this dull color on anything Battle Pass related, and then anything that you can buy with cash is like super vibrant and shiny. But dude, that launch trailer, though,
for the campaign,
night and day from the last time we saw the campaign.
Bring that up.
Hype was there. Yeah, it was on. You saw the scope of the world, dude. And I mean, granted, I'm way more hyped because I've been playing the game and I know how good it feels to play Halo right now.
Yeah,
but this was such a better trailer than we saw a year ago.
Man, not only was it better, but like, you know, when they shadow dropped the Halo Infinite multiplayer, I was like, it really surprised me. And you said it right there, though, the hype of getting people to play the multiplayer and then dropping this trailer. It's like, we've given you a taste, and some could argue like the multiplayer is where it's at. You know what? If that's for you, that's for you. But the campaign, the story, seeing where this is going to take Master Chief, because we thought he was dead, spoilers, or frozen, whatever. I'm excited. I feel like they did this purposely to kind of get that hype going, kind of warm it up, and get everyone ready for, you know, what is probably going to be actually a decent holiday release. You and I were talking about how it may be a trash release, but it may not. We were worried it was going to be a trash release, I should say.
I've completely changed my mind on it since playing the game, and then with that launch trailer, I'm picking. What did I see in my Discord? 87 on OpenCritic.
87
for Halo Infinite. I'm saying 87. I don't know if 343 can quite hit that 90 plus.
Yeah.
Or anything, but I'm thinking high eights because this trailer looks good and the game just feels so good to play. Like I have very minor complaints about the combat. There are very few times where I'm in combat with another player and I feel like I got cheated.
Yeah,
it happens with the hammer, because the gravity hammer is ridiculous, and then there's a few times where grenades are a little bit more overpowered than I think they should be. But aside from that, whenever I'm in like a one-on-one fight, I'm like, nope, you got me. And if that's how it feels in a shooter, that means it's good.
Well, that's the key with multiplayer. Like, I need to know that my death was because I goofed, right? It wasn't because someone was being cheap. It wasn't, and you could argue like, oh, they know the map really well or whatever, but to me, it's like, no, I want to know, I want that ownership, that personal responsibility of like, okay, I goofed, I can own up to it, and so that's good, man. I need to jump in more on this, and you know, I have not jumped in on headset, so I probably need to do that.
Makes a difference in terms of hearing footsteps and so on. As people who play on the TV, I don't understand how you play any multiplayer game through TV sound.
I got the surround, so like I can hear footsteps. But I mean, I meant more for like squad like communication more than like hearing. But yeah, I guess I mean,
if your sound is high enough, I guess you can. I don't know how loud you're blasting that surround sound, but like,
I mean, it's not like movie theater reference levels or anything. But it's relatively it's loud enough that like if I'm playing a game and I don't have my headphones in, if Whitney's working, like it drowns out what she's doing, but it's not damaging her ears, I should say.
Exactly.
I'll say
you want speakers to work, right? Is drown out your work. I'm just
kidding. I meant like if she's trying to work, like she can't hear her work, she can't hear what she's doing. But at the same time, like if you're watching a movie, then that's what you want. You know, it's not hurting my ears, but it's just enough to give me that cinematic experience, which segues into, I don't know if you saw this, but we had some scalping going on of the new, and we're not going to talk about any spoilers on here or anything. We had some scalpers going on about the new Spider-Man
spoiler tickets. Spider-Man's in the movie.
Oh no. Spoiler. We will be showing at least the trailer, but I don't understand why these were being scalped. Like I will admit it was hard for me to get tickets. Like I slept on it. I slept on it and I couldn't get tickets with a decent like seat until Sunday of the release weekend. So I'll be seeing it Sunday, the 17th or whatever the 19th, whatever that Sunday is after it releases. Everywhere else it was like full, or you could get like the front row, but I gotta have a decent.
Let's see what days it come out. The 16th.
Yeah,
all right,
I think you can get it on that
time.
Thursday,
7:20.
Yeah. Now I had some seats available, but it was like the very front row in the corner, and no, I'm not. I don't do that. I'll going to see it in Dolby. I may end up seeing it in IMAX as well if this is as good as I think it's going to be. But I've seen it in Dolby. I'm really liking the Dolby Digital. If you haven't, I know you haven't been at the theater in a while, or you don't go that often now.
I used to work at the theater, dude. I know what Dolby Digital is.
Okay, whoa. Okay, but like, I didn't know if you like the HDR and the Dolby Digital. I know you know what Dolby Digital is. Okay. I didn't mean it that way.
I know you haven't been to the theater in a while. I mean, your parents.
No, like the upgrades and like the HDR quality for Dolby Digital, what they're doing with Dolby Digital now, as opposed to like what it was, because before it wasn't HDR. Dolby Digital was a digital projection, but it wasn't HDR. That's what I mean. Like,
I'll say, normally speaking, whenever it comes to that stuff, I buy whatever is the standard.
Okay.
Occasionally with Star Wars, I would buy because we go to Cinemark generally, because AMC is where I used to work, so I don't go to AMC's. So we go to Cinemark. I'll get the Cinemark XD occasionally, but for the most part, we just pick the standard one because one, my wife doesn't care. Two, it's like $6 different, and three, it's the whole purpose is like seeing it on the big screen. I know enough to where I've never experienced just massive differences in visuals where I'm like, I'm so glad that I spent $10 more on this ticket. That doesn't happen for me.
Yeah.
So.
I'll say the only time that like it's objectively like there's no like ifs, ands, or buts about it is like the IMAX versions of these that actually shows more like of the footage, like literally more film than what you would see in the theater if you went to see it during a regular presentation. That's the only one that I'd say like objectively like, no, you're going to get something more, whether you like it or not. Some people actually don't like it because it changes aspect ratios, because it's going from like the regular widescreen to like being taller to widescreen. And it doesn't jar me, but I'm excited about it. I know it's like $2 more or whatever for Atmos and all that, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping it's that good, but I'm seeing people buying these for a couple of grand for a.
I've seen people selling them for a couple of grand. I haven't actually seen people pay it though.
I saw some that were marked sold were over 1,000. So I don't know.
That, like, you have some serious FOMO, which I'm likely not going to FOMO on the movie because I've probably been the most lukewarm person that I know on this version of Spider-Man. Like, he's fine. Really? I think he's good in the Avengers and everything. But the second one I thought sucked. Like, that movie was terrible to me. I was so disappointed with how they handled that. But there was probably some post in-game like to go from in-game to Far From Home. There was just a quality difference where maybe not a quality difference, but it's just a thing of like, we went from one of the best superhero movies, if not the best superhero movie of all time, with in-game, although Infinity War is probably like better by just a hair, but one of the best like duo movies in superhero history to Far From Home. And I didn't think Far From Home was great or good. Like I said, I thought it sucked. So I do think that the third one is definitely, just based on the trailer alone, is hyped up to be a much better movie. Putting Strange in there is very interesting. I think that that is opening the door for a lot of possibilities in the universe, which makes it that much more interesting. I don't know when I'm going to get to see it, mainly because I don't know when I'm going to get a babysitter to go
Yeah.
see it. So what I that long walk for a short drink of water was I'm afraid of spoilers more than I am
Yes.
of like missing out on the movie. I'm afraid of
Yeah.
finding out who's in it. I imagine I'm going to immediately know who's in this movie. I'm imagining like I'm going to get hit with all the spoilers before I ever have a chance to see it, and that's the part that is upsetting to me about it, because I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to see it.
Without going out for it, right? Like
Yeah.
on my phone, it was just like, hey, here's some news stories, right? Because that's how social media works now. News is like, here's some news stories you may like. In this morning, basically, without me even clicking anything, spoiled what I'm assuming it spoiled something. Like I'm not even gonna say anymore because I don't want to spoil anything for you. But the fact that we're in danger territory where you're a couple weeks away and someone says something about that's specific enough that you're like, oh, okay, well that's probably what happens. And if it's right, it just deflates it. And if it's wrong, then we get this weird like I don't know, like this weird hype for something that isn't going to happen. And I feel like kind of like Mephisto was with WandaVision. Everyone got hyped up for something that wasn't going to be in there. And I feel like
I feel like the
happen.
rumors around this have been going. This movie in particular have been going super hardcore. Of like who's in it. They've been trying to get it out of everybody.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not going to go into it because there's some people who have been really good at avoiding trailers and like what this movie is potentially containing.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been
what
trying
I'm
to get
referring
it out
to
of
is something
every
else.
single actor that could possibly have anything to do with this film.
I'm referring to something else. Like they got that they were like, this is there, and I'm like, what? Like it.
You know, shout outs to Tom Holland. Way to keep your mouth shut, bro. You know, I know it's hard for you.
He almost spoiled something in like there's like a footage of him and Zendaya like watching a trailer or something, and I think he says something about they cut or something like that. Like he just says like 2 words and he stops himself, and everyone's like trying to read into whatever it was. So whatever it is, like they have something there. He's like, oh, they edited it out, or like, you know. But yeah, him and Mark Ruffalo slip up on everything. But I'm excited about the movie. I hope you get to see it. I hope it doesn't get spoiled for you. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'll say that.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm like. It'll probably be a thing where like if as soon as they put it on Disney Access or for rent, I will probably buy it unless we happen to get some babysitter action. But we're already trying to call in some babysitters to go to like a Christmas Eve party, and so like it's hard to call in babysitter favors for things like going. Like I know going to the movie is a big deal in some senses, but like to go to a movie that I'll tell you right now, she doesn't care if she goes and sees it. I'm the only one that cares. She would be doing it for me because she loves me, and that's the kind of spouse that you should aspire to have. But
that's exactly right. That's That's why she's a good woman for that. Yeah. Well, I hope you get to see it within like, you know, I hope you get to see it before the end of the year. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. You know, family stuff could happen. Another thing that I didn't expect to see was the top selling console for Black Friday. The top selling console for the season, I don't know if you would call it the season or whatever, the weekend, arguably the only console you could buy, the only new console you could buy, that Series S.
That's why. That's what, like, to me, you're saying you're surprised. I was like, that's the only one that's available. It's been available for the last month.
I can get a Switch, but I can't get a Switch OLED. I can get a Switch. My Target and my Walmart near me have a stack, and I'm not saying this to dog on it. They have stacks of Animal Crossing Collector's Edition Switches. Yeah, and I mean it's like the Target display is like loaded with them, and then next to it is the empty part where the OLED's supposed to be. That's the only thing that I can buy there. I haven't seen any PlayStation 4s or anything like. It's the only console you could get is either an OG Switch, be it a collector's edition or whatever, or a Series S every now and then. I considered getting one during Black Friday. Not that it was going to be on sale, but just because, tis the season. Buy this
Tis the
thing.
season to spend money.
Yeah, tis the season to spend some money. Buy this thing and put it up in the bedroom, because that's what to me, this is the perfect bedroom console. This is the perfect console for your kid to have, or a casual console. It's good.
I'll say don't listen to this podcast if you ever want to avoid being enabled. I messaged this guy and I said, I just bought this controller. Oops. I was like, talk me out of it. And Patrick was like, don't buy it. And I was like, oops, I already bought it. Like, I didn't give him a chance to talk me out of it. Then I'm like, I bought this controller. I'm not going to buy anything. I messaged that to the group chat. I'm like, I am not buying any video games. And like, a week later, it's like, well, I bought Tales of Arise, I bought Persona 5 Strikers, I bought Persona 5 Royal, and this has worked. Like, just like tis the season to buy. Like, I've thought about the S for no reason whatsoever. I do not need that console. I will never use that console.
Yeah.
I have 3 Switch docks in my house now with the Switch OLED. I don't even play docked.
God. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of in that situation right here. Like, I have not played these very often at all. I've mounted them and I'm like, this is great. I got them ready just in case. And that's what happens when you're an adult. You're just like, hey, I got
rainy
this.
day is gonna come along, and I'm gonna want to dock my Switch, and I'm gonna be able to do it in any room that has a TV. Almost. There's only one. There's one TV that does not have a dock on it, and I never go in that room anyway. So,
well, you've got to dock your Switch for Breath of the Wild 2 whenever that comes out, right?
I mean, I have a SWOLED, dude.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
I played. No, I probably won't actually. Like, except for if my wife wants to watch it. But dude, the Switch is a handheld machine, bro. I'm playing AAA Zelda in handheld. I played all of Skyward Sword HD in handheld. I've played all of Metroid, even though I have thought about putting Metroid on dock to try and like learn how to beat the boss, which I still haven't gone back to, and I don't know when I'm going to now that Halo dropped. I don't know unless they drop the Switch Pro. If the Switch Pro comes out and I can get 4K Breath of the Wild 2, but if I'm just gonna get 1080, then I'll just stick with 720. And I have an OLED, which I don't have an OLED TV. I have a regular LCD, so it almost looks more vibrant in handheld than it does on my 4K TV.
Well,
it's not in 4K.
That's true. That quality of that screen. I mean, dang, the OLED.
I don't regret my purchase at all. The only thing that I regret is that I didn't buy those Ergo Joy-Cons because my Zen Satisfy grip has been delayed, and so I have not been playing my Switch much because it hurts my hands. Just for regular Joy-Con, because I'm not a child. With little baby hands on the Joy-Con.
Cramping and stuff. I get it. We had a little news. Let's see.
Not a lot of news.
We got not a lot. News. Little news.
The video game awards, by the way, are going to be next week. There's going to be plenty of news after Thursday, which means we're going to do another week with no news, and then all the news after that. So next week we'll just be talking about whatever.
Yeah, and because it's fun. Because you can join us and talk about whatever with us. We did get some more ridiculous stuff about Grand Theft Auto. It's the gift that keeps on giving, where we talked about all the bugs that were happening. We talked about the music that's in the game that they just took. They basically skipped with the code. So now we've got essentially the mobile controls have been found on these, because these were mobile ports of the Grand Theft Auto games. And even though some of them are being banned or being kicked out for it, the modders are actually fixing textures and stuff. And I meant to grab a video here, but I didn't want to steal someone's video. Modders have fixed the textures. They fixed the rain issues. They fixed the torso apparently gets because CJ not CJ what's CJ what is it CJ in San Andreas?
Yeah,
Sorry, I was second guessing myself.
I think
CJ can get
it's been 20 years.
more. Yeah, exactly. He can get like fatter or like more muscular,
Yeah.
but apparently like there's something like that like disproportionately messes up his torso. So modders are fixing all of these things, and
That's the way it was
Rockstar
always going to be,
hasn't.
bro.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're on the PC version anyway, but the modders were always going to come in and fix this game for Rockstar, because that's just how it is. Bless the modders out there. As much as I will never be a modder or like care about PC gaming, but in terms of fixing games, if you want somebody to fix your game, there's a community out there willing to do it for free, by the way.
Which is great for PC game, but like this is supposed to be the definitive edition. Like this is the best way. This is a game preservation, being able to jump back into these games and play them with more modern controls, and it's jank. It's just irritating. So if you're playing this on like say the Switch, it's just going to be terrible. Yeah, you could play it on PC and do the work, put in the work and the effort of finding the right mods, loading them up. And I've done that on games like Skyrim and everything, but like when I want a game, I want a game. Like I don't want to deep dive.
I know for a fact that in terms of like some games like Sekiro, for example, I know some people that they were like, I never would have beat this game if it wasn't for mods, where they like did like a double health mod or something like that, where they gave themselves extra health so that they could beat the game.
Yeah.
Those kind of mods I think I could probably respect. It's just if they allowed them on console, then if there was like approved mods for certain things, I think that would, the modern day cheat. Whatever happened to cheats, bro? I mean,
all the cheats are in this one
right now. Whatever happened to cheats,
dude? All the cheats are in this. Like, because back in the day, like we had them printed out. Like we either printed them out or you had a sheet of paper. And you had all the cheats on there for the gun codes, for the to get rid of stars, to get rid of the cops. I had all of those written out. I didn't mess with like the big head ones and stuff. It was just basically like getting rid of my wanted level or getting me tons of guns.
Right.
I don't know if you messed with anything else.
I mean, I was a kid. You did all of them. You get all the guns. You go through and you go on a mass murdering spree and then remove your 5-star wanted level. The whole goal is to see if you can get up to 5 stars before you get killed, and then you're like, okay, I'm done. Let's just code that out.
Yep, exactly. And then you're like, and this never happened. But that's how we got our frustrations out playing Grand Theft Auto. I'm gonna pick it up whenever it all gets fixed. I'm gonna pick it up. But I don't want to give them money because it's just more and more trash right now. So I don't want to add to that trash. What I will pick up though, if the rumors are correct though, is a Chrono Cross remake. This rumor is that we're gonna get Chrono Cross remake. This was I didn't have the names over here. It's the what was it? Man, I'm tripping over here. It's the one of the McMahon. It's talking about Chrono Cross.
Are you talking about character? I'm sorry, I'm not following your.
So Chrono Cross, there's rumors that there's going to be a Chrono Cross remake.
Oh, a folk singer, yeah. I was like, yeah, that happened a few weeks ago where this folk singer was like, they recorded like a song for something that did it. Then also there was the giant leak that we talked about in a few weeks ago, maybe even a month or two ago, where the big leak from who makes that piece of hardware, who makes the video cards,
not Nvidia. Yeah,
the Nvidia leak.
Yeah,
so from the Nvidia leak, Chrono Cross was referenced in that.
That's right.
Then there's been something going on about like the composer for Chrono Cross's music, was like, hey, what's up, guys? And so it's all going around. The weirdest thing to me is just like, is this the remake that nobody asked for? Like, I know that Chrono Cross is underrated based on it followed Chrono, like it has the same name in it as Chrono Trigger. People wanted Chrono Trigger, and it's not Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people love this game, but like, who wanted this game?
I
Who wants this game?
I would rather have a Chrono Trigger. I don't have a horse in the race, but like I I tried Chrono Cross and I just thought it was mediocre. I felt the same way about this that I did Final Fantasy IX, and somewhat about Final Fantasy VIII, but no, nine was worse. I I don't know who wanted this. There are other games that I would rather see. If you're going to do a remaster, remake, reboot, there are other franchises I'd like to see that on. Which I actually Googled like right before we started the show. The first thing that I thought was like Parasite Eve. I love a Parasite Eve, but I think they're supposed to be working on one. So maybe I just got to wait for that.
The thing that I want to know is Square. I honestly don't believe that they're going to go anything as hardcore as what they're doing with Final Fantasy VII Remake. But if they're going to remake a game, are they willing to do what they did with 7 Remake and evolve the combat system? Because if they're willing to do Chrono Cross with a more ARPG, like if they hell, dude, I mean, I've said several times on this show, like that's the best, like party-based action RPG of all time, in my opinion, to date, with 7 Remake. You put that combat system in anything, and I'll be super thrilled about it. So are they going to do that? Because that's my biggest hang-up recently. Like I tried to play 9. It's whimsical. I would love to. I might turn on like the God mode at some point and really just try and burn through the story, because everybody talks about how great the story in Final Fantasy IX is. But like I can't hang in turn-based grinds anymore. I want to be able to feel like I'm in every single fight. I want to be able to feel like it's not just me, having to just sit there and bash down enemies. Like with 7 Remake, I didn't have to grind at all. You just go.
Yeah.
And you'll get to the end as long as you pay attention in the fight and do the things you're supposed to do.
You actually you gained experience by playing the game, as opposed to like, oh, you need to grind because you're not high enough level. Why am I not high enough level? I'm just playing the game. Yeah, I agree. Excuse me. Got some stuff going on. I agree. I would like to see something like this. I mean, if you're going to modernize a game, I would go Chrono Trigger before I'd go Chrono Cross. But maybe?
I just don't think they're ever willing to touch it. It took them long enough to like say that they were going to touch Final Fantasy VII and actually do it. I feel like they're afraid of it. I feel like they're afraid of 6. I feel like they're afraid of Chrono Trigger. And so let's do some other ones. And so like, we're going to do that. Like, let's go back to Final Fantasy 4 and 5, because 4 and 5 are great.
4,
if you're not willing to do 6, then let's go.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're scared of 6. There's so much riding on getting it right, and if you do anything wrong, excuse me, I feel like
bud?
I don't know. Get the mute button at least. But no, I feel like there's so much riding on 6 getting it right, and you're not going to have another chance to do it. It's just, if they do just like Final Fantasy VII Remake, which they did a great job of, if they had botched it, you're not going to get another chance to do that, right? And 6 is so highly regarded. I think you're right. I think they're trying to go with something else. I would love for them to do 6, but yeah, you're right. 4 would be great. We're getting something. We're not getting a remake of 1, but the Final Fantasy, I forgot the name of it, the Stranger of Tides or whatever, the Souls, the Souls like Final Fantasy game.
Strangers of Paradise or whatever.
Yeah. That one's linked to Final Fantasy 1, but yeah.
Chaos.
Jeez, yeah. I think I'm gonna have to end it here. Not feeling too great, but that's but I mean, that's all we had for the news, anyways. Sorry, I'm
Go
a
play
little under the
Halo.
weather. Yeah, go play some Halo. Let us know what you're excited about in Game Pass or PlayStation. What are you playing? And we'll see you guys next time.
Later.